Original pipe right here.
This is the original pipe from the spring.
Yeah.
Looks like about a 2-inch or more.
It's I think it's
2.5.
oil well drill pipe is what it was, but maybe not. I don't know.
Old Delbert put this down here himself, I bet.
I'm not sure about that. See,
looks like the threads are on the outside, and not the inside.
Yeah, that's why I think it's drill pipe.
That's the way they did it, maybe. I don't know.
And I don't think this spring wasn't used until the early 30s. I talked to some old timer.
So maybe in the 20s he had another water source?
Yeah, it was right there where, you know, that ridge with the tanks on it.
Okay, the spring used to be there?
The spring was right there.
And then it dried up?
And it ran down, you know, through where the cabins are.
But did it dry up?
Yeah, they had an earthquake. And
they had an earthquake. Do you remember what year? There was a big one in Santa Barbara, I think, in 25.
Yeah, it had to be probably the early 30s because...
then there was a Long Beach earthquake, I think in the 30s.
Yeah, but I don't think it was on this fault line.
All right.
You know, it's...
well, it did, but that earthquake in the early 30s, you think, cut off the water.
Yeah, that's what one of the old timers told me, you know, when I was a kid. And so then they went to the next one, you know, the next closest one, which is this one we've got now.
And that was just found by somebody walking along?
Well, it was known.
It was known?
Yeah, it just comes out of the side of the hill every year.
Wow.
Usually,
so some of the early pioneers.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I wonder... there's so many stories like this everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You know, where you can just go back and back and back, but the stories get forgotten or lost.
Yeah. Well, the first time, you know, when they built this, they had it run down to a bathtub that used to be on the side of the road, you know, before you go over.
When the spring we're going to now.
Yeah.
It went to a bathtub?
It went to a bathtub.
Down where you are?
Yeah, well, I'll give you, it's between where the cabins are and where the shooting range is.
Okay, before you get to the cabins.
Yeah, right there on the side of the road.
And that was for what?
That was just, you know, before they put in any tanks. They just ran the water down there, you know, because it was closer to...
And people would just help themselves?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's what they did.
It probably just overflowed. I mean, it was just a bathtub, and you could take your horse or cow and...
Yeah, you could use it, you know, to water your stock.
Just, I mean, like a household bathtub?
Yeah.
With claw feet?
It was one of those.
Anybody have it? I wonder if it's still around.
No,
it's
disappeared.
It
disappeared when we...
Boy, that would be a great artifact. Boy, what a nice breeze in through here. Yeah. Now, is this Armagarso? Okay, Bitter Creek.
Also Bitter, I don't know, maybe that's what Armagoso is.
That's what it means.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. My father used to call it Bitter Creek. I didn't know that's what it meant. But here you can see there's a dark green...
I see the water running.
Yeah. And there's...
Okay, it's very obvious. So the spring, is it separate from this water here?
Yeah, it's up here. You can't really see it because of all of this stuff.
But there's actually water running in the creek right now.
Yeah.
Was it running before that rain a couple days ago?
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it hasn't stopped.
If you look back through there, you see there's a gray thing there.
Yes.
And that's where the spring box is. That's a lid that Bill got to put on it. To keep
Can I go in there?
Yeah, if you can walk down there.
My footing's pretty good. I got my boots on.
Be careful.
It's wet.
Well, where the creek crosses, there's a drop off.
I see it.
So you know you have to step across.
And this is a Bitter Creek.
Yeah.
Look at that! Wow.
And that's the you should know about this, and you might have to.
No, I very definitely appreciate knowing about it. Is there anything you want to tell me about it? Show?
Originally, it wasn't this high. They raised it about a foot. The original, this.
You mean this whole thing came up?
Yeah. This box is about 4 feet deep now,
Right.
and that's heavier than hell to lift that lid.
If we did lift it, would we just see?
Yeah, you would just see a square box with some water in it, and then this, at the end of this hose, you see where that electric cord comes out. There's a submersible pump, and we just get it going.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, you just get it going enough to get the water to start the siphon, and then it siphons it. There used to be a pipe that ran out and ran across here from the bottom of the box, but that, clogged up. All these roots and stuff were clogging it all the time.
Growing into this box?
Yeah, into the pipe, not really into the box, although there's probably some in the box. Every once in a while we have to come out and
So this hose is where we get our water from?
Yeah, then it runs through that hose down to where it connects to the pipe. And there used to be a pipe that went from the bottom of the box across the creek.
Well, it sure seems like this could be improved.
Well, I tried to talk Bill into
I'll work with you
putting
on
in a new pipe.
I will definitely.
Well, this works.
Well, if it works,
good,
but I mean, well, as long as the water isn't spilling out of here, right?
Well, sometimes it does. Usually in the springtime it does. It'll overfill.
Well, ideally we should sort of like get all the water all the time.
Well, we've only got so much storage. I mean, you can see
Yeah,
where
but
it runs over.
it's better to lose it down there than all up here anyway. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. It keeps this area green, and people can't see it now. Nobody knows where it is unless you really know it.
Can I follow the hose? How far back does that go?
Well, it goes through some bushes. There's not a trail there or anything. And it goes down the creek about 50 feet to where be careful if you don't slip down into it.
I see it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much further it goes. I mean, it's a pretty long hose, eh? So all you do is, if it ever runs out, you just come up here and prime the pump.
Just bring a inverter in my truck.
Okay, I think I'm getting to where the pipe is. Oh, it goes into the pipe there.
Yeah. The pipe used to come across the creek here, and well, it still does, but it's all clogged up. And so Bill put this in, and what we used to do, there's 3 valves here, and what we used to do is disconnect one of them, the one that's going out, and then Bill would hook up and pump some back, flush it with some water to clear the pipe out. And then once it was running, we would just. So what we do in the winter time is I'll close. Oh, this one's almost closed. Oh, I bet Bill came up.
Where does this go?
That's
it's
coming out. Yeah, I bet you Bill did that.
That goes uphill.
No, that goes to the
spring box.
To the spring box, yeah.
But it's clogged up. Why? I mean, why do you need this hose if you're connected to the spring box?
Because the pipe between here and there clogs up. Yeah.
Periodically.
Yeah. And so what we did was we Bill came up one day and.
So this is kind of a backup thing, backup system.
Well, that's the way we use it now. He hooked this up with that other hose, that light green one. The problem with that is we had a big rainstorm last spring, and it put about a foot of dirt in the creek and buried the hose. And then when the water started running, the weight crushed the hose, so the water wouldn't come through. So I bought this other hose and put it in here to get it